Hello everyone, welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP on HANA. In the last session, we saw how to introduce yourself with SAP HANA architecture, what are all the different components inside SAP HANA box, and what are all the different components inside index server in SAP HANA. We also discussed in last class about three-tier architecture, how these different three-tier architectures are evolving for SAP HANA and how the evolution of SAP HANA in different support packs have happened over a period of time. Then towards the end of the session, I have given all of you to try out something in your with your Gmail ID connecting to AWS account, setting up the AWS account yourself for our server access, and hope all of you would have received an email from AWS of this subject line, your account is ready. And AWS would have charged you by far $1 for setting up your AWS account. Now in today's class, I will show you how to set up your own ABAP on HANA server and how to make use of this server judiciously so it won't cost you too much. Okay, otherwise it will be a huge cost on your head. So we need to look at that. Now before we move on to our session, I would like to also quickly show you our training blog which we have it for the batch, and I hope all of you now have access to our training blog. Now, just to introduce a little bit about the training block, we have a schedule of the entire training over here, and then also the session recordings will be published. So by any chance, if you miss a class or if you could not attend or by far you were not there in so far in the batch, you can go to session recording section and look at the missed classes over here in the session recordings tab. Yeah, so already access is given to all of you for accessing all the training videos, and yesterday's class video is also posted by far here. So as and when we will progress, you will see the list of topics which we will be looking at, and videos will be available below these list of topics as and when our course progresses. Then all the study material and session presentation. So yesterday I was working with this PPT where I was writing the notes of our training. All that is also uploaded and available for you to download from the session presentation study material section. So you can see here ABAP on HANA PPT. This was last updated 21 hours ago yesterday, and of course after today's class I will update this as well. So I will also upload all the programs which we will write during the course in this section. So you can see almost everything from my last batch is already updated here. So I don't have to re-update everything. So you can also download all these exercises and examples which I had coded by far. Maybe you will not understand some of them at all, but don't worry, as and when we'll progress, you will understand the files, what it means and what the code means written inside these files. Yeah. Then comes is useful links, where I have already provided you the links for downloading SAP GUI to the local computer and also setting up your AWS account. These two links I had shared you, and I hope all of you have also downloaded SAP GUI and installed it in your computer by today after setting up your AWS account. So this is what as a practice exercise which we did towards the end of the last class. And now from here on, we will continue our discussion of setting up the server for SAP ABAP on HANA. So for setting up the server, now your AWS account is ready. Let me also log into my AWS account and show you what is the prerequisite step you need to do in your AWS account to get started with the server access. Make sure that you had already received an email from Amazon saying that your account is ready. And from here onwards, you should be able to proceed with it. I would recommend you to please not follow hands-on together with the session today. Let you go through the entire process once with me, and then you try it offline. Once our session today gets over, you should be successfully be able to set up your server in the cloud. Okay, so let me get started first with the introduction of what we need to do now. So by far, what was the step we have followed? We have set it up our AWS account, and Amazon by now would have charged you just $1 for setting up your account to verify your credit card information. And then you have chosen the plan as basic plan. As I told you to be very careful when the Amazon gives you the option for plans, don't choose at all any developer plan. They will straight away charge you $29 or maybe more than that for that. So don't go with this option, because I'm your host and host to do all the stuff related as a developer to you. I will guide you for that. You don't need to get a support from Amazon for a developer. Okay, I'll do that for you. So now once this is done, the first step you need to do is log into your Amazon console. Okay, Amazon server console. And how do you do it? Once again, aws.amazon.com you will be going to. So let me just go to aws.amazon.com. So I will go back and right click. And one more good practice is, if you are connected to Amazon in the past, then it would automatically sign you in by cookies. To avoid any cookie sign up, which is like an automatic login, what you can do is right click on the browser, Chrome browser I'm using, and use this new incognito window. If you use this option, then it won't consider any of your cookies at all, and it is going to give you or prompt you the login screen. Very important step. By any chance, if your username password is stored and securely with Amazon or our SAP Cal, which I will introduce you today, and so it will do a secure sign in basically to those accounts. To avoid that and make use of your email ID and password, make use of incognito window in the Chrome browser, which will always let you prompt for username and password. So I will open this up and I will go to aws.amazon.com. So that's my step number one after setting up and getting a welcome email. And I choose an option called My Account, AWS Management Console. Okay, AWS Management Console, I will choose. So let me click here to AWS Management Console, and it is now going to give prompt me the username and password for my Amazon account. Okay, so that's the beauty of your incognito window. Okay, it always prompts you the username password. It won't let you sign in by cookies. Okay, so now let me just put my Gmail ID, which I used for signing up with Amazon. So anubhav.abap1 at gmail.com. This is what I had used yesterday to sign up, and I click on next. It prompts me for the password, and I will just make this password, enter, click on sign in, and now you see it's connecting me to my Amazon console. So that's my step number one, guys. Okay, so after you connect, you will see the list of all the services here in Amazon. So now you have to choose here in the services IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management Services in Amazon. So choose IAM and select this IAM service provided by your Amazon. Okay, so once you do this IAM, you will now see the Identity and Access Management Console for Amazon. Very nice. Now what we need to do first of all is create a new group, which is an administrator of this account. Now before we get into any of these things, let me explain you what Amazon does here. Amazon basically is a service provider. Okay, so Amazon is a service provider. Okay, just like your internet service provider. So we all have broadband connections in our home, right? So who is the service provider for your broadband connection? Probably Airtel or Reliance Jio or Vodafone. These are all the different service providers of internet connection. Similarly, Amazon is also a service provider. Now what is this service provider does? It allows you, it offers a computer which runs on internet. Okay, it gives you basically a computer. You don't need to purchase a computer. It will give you a computer, and that computer runs on internet. Now inside this computer, what Amazon does, they will install Windows operating system for you. They will also install something called VMware, virtual machines. Okay, VMware. They will also install all the required softwares for you. and plus add-ons. Add-ons means whatever extra we are opting for, they will install it for you. So you don't have to purchase anything, any hardware yourself. You don't have to buy laptop, you don't have to buy RAM, hard disk, motherboard, CPU, nothing. They will give you a ready to use software, sorry, ready to use computer on internet. That computer you can connect to and do your some whatever you like. What an amazing idea. This is truly called software as a service. Okay. This is called infrastructure as a service, IaaS, because it's an infrastructure where they're giving you a computer, an infrastructure, plus they're also giving operating system installed in it. So that's a software as a service. Okay, so this is what two things Amazon is doing: infrastructure as a service they are offering, and for that service, that's why they're called service providers, because they are giving you a service. So how do they charge you for this service? They will charge you based on hourly basis. Okay, hourly basis they will charge you for this service. Okay, and that depends again what you want to, what is the need of this computer for you. Now, some VMwares, some services are absolutely free, given by Amazon. For 1 year, you can try. You can set up a computer on the cloud, on the internet, basically, and that you can use it absolutely free. But our computer, which we need on internet, it has to be used for SAP development purpose. So it is not available for free. So for a special type of requests and servers, Amazon will charge you. Now, such a server will cost you about, for SAP ABAP on HANA, it will cost you about 0.89 US dollar per hour. This is the charge of Amazon. They will charge you for this. SAP will not charge you. This is Amazon cost for up and running a server in the internet for you. Okay, is that clear to everybody? What is Amazon doing? Is a service provider. Now this service provider has to set up a computer for you. Now this is your personal computer. You can consider it as your personal computer. Now imagine if somebody gets into your personal computer and look at your files, right? So that Amazon cannot afford. So they have to also give you security. For security reasons, you also have to set up something called administrator user in Amazon, and that's what we are doing. We have to set up first of all a group for our computer which is running on internet, and also a user which is the super user or master user which has all the authorizations for doing work with this computer. So let's do that. Go back to Amazon console, go to groups, and now we have to create a new group, and I will name it anything, whatever you like. You can name it. You can name it Spider-Man. Okay, your choice. For safety purpose, or industry standard is admin group. Usually we create it admin group. That's a safety standard. So admin group I'm naming it as. Okay, admin group. Next step, and then here you have to choose what are all the authorizations should be given to this group. So I will just say administrator access, which means everything is given. It's like SAP all authorization. Okay, in SAP system we have SAP all. Similar to that, we have administrator access for the Amazon account given to this group. Now whichever user you create, if they are part of this group, they are automatically the administrator of your computer running on internet. Happy? Next, and say create group. Very good. So a group, admin group, got created in the system. Fine. Now you come and look at your dashboard. You see one check mark is okay. Okay. Now we will go and create a user. So let's go to user, and now you have to create a new user in your Amazon account. So I say add user, and now let me name this user as Anubhav. Okay, you can name it anything, and I say enable programmatic access and also enable AWS management console access. Okay, then I will say custom password. I will choose a password. Let me give a password, and remember guys, don't forget your password guys at any point. If you do that, I am not responsible. Okay, do not forget your password at all. Very, very important. Do not forget your password. Okay, please be very careful. Do not forget your password. I am not responsible. If you forget your password, I cannot crack it. There's no way. So what I typically do myself is, whatever I am doing, I will make a note of everything in a notepad file. Okay, and make sure this is not going in the hand of anybody else, otherwise they will misuse it. Since for training purpose I created a demo user and demo functionality, I am showcasing everything what am I doing here. So my email ID is anubhav.abap1 at gmail.com. I created this for training purpose. My password, I know there is some password I've given, yeah, that I will remember with this dot dot dot. So with this, I mean I remember that okay, my password starts with anu something something, and last May there is 9. So this way, even though this file goes to somebody else, they cannot crack these middle characters. But at least this is enough. This hint is enough for me to recognize my password. Now I will maintain some password here. Typically I will keep same password which I had kept it in my Gmail account. Okay, so that all the passwords are same. Okay, now I'm not going to show you this password, I'll just continue, and then that's okay. I say next. Permissions. Now what are all the permissions I want to give to this user? I'll say he's an administrator. Okay, once this is done, okay, once this is done, you can click on next review. Okay, very good. You can see now this is done. Review. Yeah, okay, fine. Create a user called Anubhav. Let me store this name user also here. Username Anubhav. And my password is, of course, I had kept it Anu and dot 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 dot. Whatever is my Gmail password, same I'm giving here in my file. So I'm storing this information in a file. This is a good practice. I usually do this. Okay, keeping all that so I don't forget it, because if you forget it, I don't know how do you roll it back, because I'm not an expert in Amazon to roll back or reset your password. Okay, so better you always follow the guidelines which I'm offering you here, so that you don't do mistakes. Okay, if you do mistakes, then it's a waste of time for you. Okay, then done. Say create a user, and now it is creating a new user. So this is a fresh Amazon setup which I have, in which it is creating a user, and now you see it is given me an access key. Let me copy this access key, and I just put it in my notepad, and then I will just come here, and there is a secret key. I'll say show me secret key, and I copy this secret key. This is my Amazon secret key. Don't share this with anybody. Okay, hide. And now I will also say send me an email with this information of secret key and access key. By any chance, if my notepad file gets deleted, I somehow know what's my access key and secret key. Okay, so I'm just saying send me an email for this thing. So it's now will open an Outlook. Of course, you go all have configuration for that. So accordingly, it will open an email, and then it will, you can send it to any email ID, or you can mail it yourself on a safer side. Okay, that's it. Job is done. Click on close. You see Anubhav user when admin group is created. That's it. You will never come back to Amazon now except payments. So if you now start using SAP ABAP on HANA server, Amazon is going to charge you. I will show you where you will know what charges are going to incur. But at the same time, every month you will come to your account in Amazon AWS, check here your billing dashboard, and then make the payment to Amazon for your usage. Don't forget to do that. If you have set it up with your own personal Gmail ID, anyways, you go get notified automatically. So right now you see I set it up 2 days back, no charges, nothing. Okay, it's $0. I'm not going to pay anything by far. By setting up a free account, just charge me $1 for setting up an account. No, nothing more than that. Okay, so that's okay. I mean, I also got incurred that charge, but it's okay for training purpose. Now what next? We will now go to something called cal. What is cal? Let's talk about cal. Cal stands for cloud application library. Okay, and to be very precise, it's SAP cloud application library. We call it SAP cal. Okay, what SAP is offering with SAP cal is they are offering running an instance of available SAP servers. So suppose you are a freelancer and you want to learn ABAP, or suppose you are a consultant, you want to learn ABAP on HANA, but in your company is not offering you any infrastructure for learning. How can you set up your own infrastructure for learning? You want to experience SAP new products like Hybris, S4 HANA, yeah, different SAP products you want to experience. And for that, in your company, you don't have infrastructure. Even you have infrastructure, they are not giving you users. Okay, you need to take 100 approvals, which you don't want to take. So with your own cost, okay, with your own cost, you can set up any available SAP softwares in cloud. Okay, in cloud means on internet. It will run completely on internet. You don't have to purchase any computer, which is nothing but hardware, or any end software. Yeah, so for SAP installation you need software like SAP basis. For ABAP on HANA you need HANA database, right? Licenses, all that you need it. And believe me, it is I'm very blunt to say that all the Hyderabadi people who are offering you servers, they are actually doing cheating. They're running servers on back dates, and that's how they are kind of cheating. And they're also installing on cracked license keys in these software. So that's not an authenticated way or authentic way or a legal way of using SAP systems and softwares. Okay, so don't get into such forge offerings. Go pay with your cost. That's okay, guys. You're earning so much in your job. You can afford it, even though it's 3,000 rupees per month. That's nothing for you for your learning. Believe me, your learning will never go waste. It will always give you some benefit. One day you will come back and you will remember these words, that Anubhav, that time that learning may not help me, but it helped me later point of time very well. I am much ahead of any of my colleagues, any of my friends in the circle who are working in IT or in SAP area. That's all happens when you learn something new. Okay, so today may not be helpful right away, but it will help you one day. Okay, so go with this server. It's authenticated, it's legal. It will give you a legal license also, a trial license with which you can practice things in the system. So we will now go and set up a SAP Cal account in the SAP Cal repository, and we'll see what are all the different servers SAP offers in Cal. So you don't have to spend on any hardware or software. And by the way, Cal offerings are free. SAP will not charge you anything. Now, where do you install this software? Can anybody guess? Where do you install, let's say, a ABAP on HANA server? Where will you install this server? Where will you install this server? You need some computer where you can install, right? Where will you install? When you install MS Office, you need a computer, right? Where is this computer then? So if I'm saying set up your ABAP on HANA server, SAP HANA installation, SAP ABAP installation, where will this installation happen now? Anyone? Can you tell me where will the installation will happen now? In the chat box, you can answer. Absolutely perfect answer. You will be doing it in this. This is why we set it up an AWS account where this computer is available on internet. So in this computer, all the services of SAP will get installed. Okay, so that Cal will help you to connect to this server, this Amazon server. It will set up an Amazon server for you. It will do all the required installation of SAP ABAP application server plus SAP HANA database plus SAP GUI also will be available, plus ABAP development tools in Eclipse plus SAP HANA Studio. All that will be readily installed by Cal in your Amazon account. So for that, what you need to do, you need to give permission to the Cal to use your Amazon account. Okay, so you need to tell the Cal server, please go and use this account. This is my Amazon account. Give the secure key, give the admin rights. SAP Cal will install all these things in your computer, which is running on the internet. Okay, amazing, isn't it? And then you just will I'll show you how to set up your licenses. Once your licenses are set it up, we will be good. We will be ready to use that software. And the beauty is you can connect to these SAP servers, SAP HANA server, as well as ABAP system from your local computer. We will see that. So let's go to Cal. What is the website name? The website name is http colon cal.sap.com. ओके, दैट्स द वेबसाइट. देखने का कोई पैसा नहीं है, ठीक है. देखने का कोई पैसा नहीं है. You can go and watch out. And if you don't want to set up and incur any cost, you can use your company server. So if in your company you already have an SAP system running on HANA database, you can make use of that. If you already on SAP S4 HANA in your company, you can also make use of that server for our exercises. But if you don't have anything, you can set up the server using this approach which I am teaching here. Okay, so this is nothing, guys. Okay, so again come to incognito window. I will go to another session and say kl.sap.com. Okay, that's what I do. Press enter. Now it will take me to cal. Now remember, if you are already registered on SAP SDN, then it will take your user with SAP Cloud Identity Provider. So better you use incognito mode of Chrome to connect to cal, so that it will always prompt you for username password. Okay, so I come here, click on login, and I will now register a new cal account for the first time with my new demo email ID. So I'll say register. It will immediately get activated. So I say Mr. Anubhav Oberoi, email anubhav.abap1@gmail.com, and I just enter my number 70421173776. Country is India, and then of course my cal password, very important, and I'm keeping all my passwords same, guys, so that I don't do any mess with my passwords. And I just say company name, online Fiori trainings, online Fiori trainings. No need to give your actual address or whatsoever, you can give anything, doesn't matter. And I say city is Ahmedabad, 520145, country India, and then I'll say industry, let's say mining, whatever I like. I acknowledge and say register. It will register you for SAP Cal. Done. You can see an email has been sent for activation of your Cal account to your email. Let's come back to email, and wow, you see a notification live, and I click here to activate my Cal account for first time. The moment I do this, now it's kind of gonna activate my account. Yes, thank you, very nice, continue. And now it will take me to cal. So now you see it's authenticating me and taking me to the cal. Iska koi paisa nahi hai. Setting up your cal account is absolutely free, accept, no problem. And now you will see solution offerings, guys, what they offer you free of cost on internet. You just will be charged by Amazon for having a computer running on internet. These are all the free offerings by SAP. You can even run, you see, S4 HANA 1709 fully activated appliance. You can use it. All the green ones, available ones, are absolutely free for trial purpose and all legal, authenticated. No piracy, no backdate running, no piracy license, no cracking, nothing. With all administrative privileges in these servers. Okay, so you see amazing offering into the cloud by SAP for us to leverage and understand and learn things absolutely free in the cloud. Yeah, wow. See how many offerings they have. S4 HANA 1610, SAP HANA Developer Edition, SP12, SPS12, you see, SP12, 1.0, SP12, SAP HANA for modeling. If you want to practice data provisioning, if you want to practice data modeling, crystal reports and all that, you can make use of this. So these are all the different offerings which SAP is giving you free of cost into the internet. Yeah, so lots of offering. You can even set up your own SAP S4 HANA instance. That's getting so much of popularity in the market, SAP S4 HANA. I will soon start a launch a course also in S4, so that time I'll also use cal once again to set up my S4 HANA 1709 fully activated appliance S4 HANA for practicing understanding S4 HANA. You can set up this instance. Even your company doesn't provide you the infrastructure, you can make use of it. Now what we are interested here is ABAP on HANA. So let's search for an ABAP application server. So I search for ABAP AS, search, and now you'll see two options. Now one is SAP Netweaver application server ABAP 7.51, guys, on SP2. Wow. ASC, another is SAP Netweaver application server ABAP 7.51 SP02 on HANA. Now, which one do you think is really an ABAP on HANA out of these two? Anyone? Which one you think is really ABAP on HANA? Anyone? Can you tell me which one out of these two is ABAP on HANA? Anyone? Second one, perfect answer.
Second one, yeah.
First one is ASC, actually ASC database. Okay, ASC database, this is ASC database, not HANA database. Now another interesting thing, don't choose this. Okay, don't choose this, guys, don't choose this. You will not get developer license, you will not be allowed to create programs. our we are developers, so we need developer edition. So remove this search once again and search for developer edition. Search once again, and now you see some options. So you see the one which we need is this one on SP. Yeah, SAP Netweaver Application Server ABAP with SAP BW 7.5 SP1 on SAP HANA SP10 Developer Edition. Very important, guys. When I first time started Cal, I had used that old one which I was showing you, AS ABAP on HANA, which was actually, I installed everything. It cost incurred to me, but I was not allowed to do development on that. It was just for practicing purpose, not for development purpose. So you have to go with the developer edition, guys. Very important point. Very important point. Don't go with another thing. Go with developer edition. Okay. So this is mistake. I did it. That's why I showed you that, so that you don't repeat that mistake. Okay. So I will put this in PPT. The clearly the name. You can also search for developer edition. Okay, let me make it bold and red so that it highlights and clicks in your mind that you have to go with developer edition, because that's what will give you an option for getting started and develop things into the system. Very important. SAP NetWeaver 7.5 it will be, guys. 7.5 SP1 on SAP HANA Support Pack 10 1.0 Support Pack 10 Developer Edition. Very important, developer edition you should go with. So I click on this over here, and now you can also see the information about this server, what all will be given to you. So it will be installing in Amazon Web Services and SAP frontend. Linux will be the backend, because as you know that for SAP HANA you need a Linux system to install SAP HANA into a Linux operating system. So that's what will be it will be. So you can see it will be an extra large 8 core, which means a multi-core CPU processor, 61 GB memory, and a hard disk will be there into this box. Imagine you have to purchase such a computer to set up SAP HANA yourself, how much cost it will be for you. That's the beauty of cloud. You will get things directly in the cloud for you to use without any hardware cost, and they will charge you subscription. As much as you use it, that much they will charge you. Okay, that's the beauty of cloud. So they will give you an HANA installation, and that HANA will be installed on Linux. So in interview question here, which are all the two supported Linux operating systems for SAP HANA installation? Anyone? Which are all the two supported Linux operating systems for SAP HANA installation? Yesterday's class we saw that. Anyone? Can you tell me which are all the two supported Linux operating systems which are available in the market for HANA installation? SUSE Linux, and from SP08 onwards, which is that another Linux which was supported? Perfect, Sridhar. It is Red Hat. Thank you so much for answer, which means you are learning great. So that's the Linux machine, and then of course SAP frontend. So that's Amazon Web Service offering. Even you can set up Microsoft Azure account similar to Amazon and use this also as a provider. So now it's your choice whether you go with Azure or Amazon. I chose Amazon because it was easy to set up, and I also compared the cost between these two, so I found it little cheap in Amazon as compared to Azure. Azure cost was higher, on a higher note. Okay, so I thought of going with the Amazon one. Fine. So we already have our Amazon account set up, but now we have to say click here, create instance. Remember, this is now going to cost you. Okay, create instance. Now click on create instance, accept an agreement, and now it's going to ask you details about your Amazon account. Very important. So here you first give some name, account details. Let's say ABAP on HANA, and I say my ABAP on HANA server for practice. Okay, now choose your cloud provider. So anyone, which cloud provider shall we choose here? What is that I taught you by far to set up an account with? Amazon, of course, AWS, Amazon Web Service. And now time for giving your access key and secret key, which I had already copied here. So I'm going to give that access key and secret key over here. So that's what I will give, and click on test connection. It will check for connection, and yes, connection successful. So it's asking me the details. So it's asking me instance details now. So I'll say ABAP on HANA, and I can choose the region where they will run the server. So there are different regions. So if you are in US, better you choose US data center where they will set up your server, and give the password. So again, same password I'm keeping it. Okay, it's not allowing. So I have to have password must be 8 and 9 character long. And then let me just give this, and of course I have to give a special character, so that I'm giving. Okay, let me see why it's not accepting. Valid characters are A to Z. Okay, I have to put a special character as dollar or hash only. So Anub, okay, let me see what is the policy. At least one digit should be there. Okay, so I had put my password now here. So whatever password I wanted to give, I will give here. Yeah, and I will also keep this password noted down in my, so AWS, or sorry, cal password for ABAP on HANA instance. Okay, very important these passwords. So that I will put it here, my password. I'll save this notepad file for future use in case if I forget something. And now you also see here the cost forecast. So it is going to charge you 0.84 US dollar per hour basis. Very important. Now you will say, Anubhav, if I set up this server, your training session is going on for 2 months or 3 months whatsoever. Will it charge me according to that? 2 months multiply by number of days multiply by number of hours? No, guys, it depends on usage. You can start and stop the server whenever you want. So the charges will be per hour basis between the start and stop. So you can start the server and say, I want to use it today for 2 hours. It will start the computer for you. It will activate all the services. You use it for 2 hours and then you say stop. When you say stop, it will not cost you anything. So when you're practicing with the server, that time only you will start it. You practice. Once your practice is done, you stop it. It will not cost you more than for those many hours. So on an average, if you charge taking about, on weekends, if you're practicing for 3 hours, so on an average, uh, per weekend, so 6 hours per weekend, if you're practicing, let me calculate quickly how much cost it will incur you about. So during our session, don't use it. So after the session, when you're looking at video again or practicing things, so let's say 6 hour a week multiply by 4 weeks in a month, which equals to 24 hours multiply by, we are going to last it for 2 months about, so it will be 48 hours. On a safer side, let's take 50 hours multiply by 0.89 US dollars, 44.5 US dollars it will be, and then multiply by, let's say, maximum exchange rate, if I consider 65 also, it will be just 2,892 Indian rupees for your entire practice of entire course for 2 months. If you take server from Hyderabad, it will minimum cost you 2,000 rupees, which comes to about 4,000 rupees for 2 months. And that's also a pirated version. So that's not a legal thing what you are doing. It's illegal. And another problem with Hyderabadi server is they don't understand anything. They don't know what is schema in SAP HANA, what is an ABAP schema connecting to SAP HANA schema. Another problem, they won't give you authorizations for required things to practice. If you send them screenshot also, they won't understand. I had tried it because I thought initially to start things and teach ABAP on HANA on with Hyderabadi servers, because I thought them that they will be little cheaper, but they are not actually. So then I realized that why not to use an authenticated, a legal way of showcasing all the exercises to students and let them also become capable themselves to run their own server. That's why I chose Cal. Okay, and I'm sure you are also going to be benefited if you use it smartly. If you by any chance don't use it smartly, I don't know the limit of money you will lose in this. Okay, so watch carefully this video today, watch carefully our session today. This is going to save you a lot of money, and also get you a user, get you a server very well, which you can utilize smartly. Okay, so now I'm not gonna click on create here, because the moment I will do create now, it's gonna go back to my Amazon account with my secure key and going to start installation of these things which I told you. So in that computer it will install, the moment I say create, it will install all these things. So that installation would take about 30 to 40 minutes and up to an hour or so, depending on your data center. Okay, so be little careful. This is a time taking process, about an hour or so, and once that is done, your server will be ready to consume. So now I will show you my actual cal account which I am using. Okay, so I will log out from this cal. I will not create this because this was just for demonstration purpose. From here you can click on create yourself for your services. Okay, and it will start creating the instance for you in the cloud. Let me log out, and I will go to one actual account which I had set it up in the cal for this training purpose. So I will go, and my real username and password, I will log in, and I will show you that I had already done that. So oops, why it's giving me an error? Let me just quickly go log out. Okay, I understood the problem. You have to first once again go to incognito mode. Okay, go to incognito mode, go with the cal because it was using my previous cal. So I will log in now. So I will log in now with my actual email ID which I am using for my practice purpose. So I log in now, and it will take me to my cal account. So now it's taking me to my cal account, and you see I had already set it up an ABAP on HANA server in my cal, which was already done. Okay, so if I go inside, I can now activate this. So you will see, this is how you will see once your installation is done. You will see this screen. Okay, and now you click on activate button, it will start the computer. Okay, and then if you don't want to use it, if your practice is done, click on suspend button. So after activation you will see a suspend button. If you click on that, it will suspend, it will stop the server. So just start, stop, very important step. If you don't stop, it will keep incurring you this $0.84 per hour. Okay, so please make sure after you activate, you also don't forget to stop. And there is a very indeed nice option which they are giving me here. When I click on activate, they are telling me how many hours you would like to run this server. This is a very amazing option they are offering. So I will say I'm going to practice for next 2 hours, so I can simply say 2. Or I'm going to practice for 1 hour, so I can simply say 1. What happens, even though I forget to stop the server, after 1 hour it will anyways automatically suspend, it will stop the server automatically after 1 hour. So I click on 1 hour, watch carefully, click on OK. So it will now start activating. You see it's running, and now instance is being activated. So it is now going to start my computer which I purchased in the cloud, and that it will start. And once the computer is started, it will also start my SAP application server ABAP. Okay, so once these two servers are started, first is my computer in cloud, second is my services of SAP application server ABAP in cloud, then I will be able to access my ABAP on HANA system from my local computer also, and from remote computer also. So watch carefully what will happen now after it gets activated. So currently you see in this section here only 2 IP addresses. Okay, only 2 IP addresses. Once the server it gets activated, now you see there are 2 more IP addresses added. One is external Linux IP address, and one is front end external IP address. So this is the IP address of your remote connection. Okay, remote desktop. And this is the IP address through which you can connect to your ABAP system from local computer. Also to your SAP HANA system, SAP HANA database from your local tools, which I will show you in a minute. Now another important thing, this is the IP address allocated, but do you think after computer is started, will your ABAP application server get started immediately? Do you think that after you start your computer, Will your SAP GUI, will your all application server or SAP GUI, all the programs get started immediately after computer starts? Of course not. It takes little bit of time. Okay, so what happens in the behind the scenes, once your computer is started in the cloud, in the internet, you will get IP addresses. But after 5 to 10 minutes, after 5 to 10 minutes, the ABAP server and HANA server gets started. So if you try to immediately connect with this IP address to your ABAP system, it won't work. Try after about 10 minutes, your activation and IP addresses are allocated. After 10 minutes, you try. Okay, now how do you access this ABAP server now from your local computer? So to do that, I had already installed SAP GUI. So let me go to SAP GUI. I had given you yesterday the link to set up SAP GUI in your computer. Okay, so I will go to SAP GUI. So I already have a server. Let me delete this. So this is how your initial SAP GUI will look like. You can also switch to the modes, like here there are explore views. You can switch to it and click on this create button. Okay, click on new and now say next, and now here you give some description, whatever you like. I say Anubhav's ABAP on HANA. Okay, and then here you have to give application server IP address. So remember, you have to choose Linux external IP address. Copy this, come back, put it, put the instance number as 00. Remember guys, this is fixed. 00 you should put, and then you can also put A for H, ABAP for HANA. That's the system ID of the server running in the cloud. Let me put this information to you in the chat box, guys. You all can try right away. If you guys have SAP GUI, you will be able to connect to my ABAP server in the from the internet. Guys, just sitting wherever you are in the world, you will be able to connect. So open your SAP GUI, guys, all of you, those who have SAP GUI in your computer, you have installed it, I guess, yesterday. Put this details, IP address in application server, instance number 00 and system ID A4H, and click on finish. So I will hold on here for a minute for your confirmation that you had already put this carefully in your computer. So I've given you the details in chat box. Please add it to your SAP GUI and confirm me. Now as you have all added, this is my server. It's my server, guys. Okay, it's going to cost me, not you. Of course, you have to set up your own, because I'm going to stop this instance later point of time. And even every time you start and stop the instance, IP address will change. So if you guys try to tomorrow log in, even when my server is active, you will not be, because this IP address of external IP address will change every time you stop and start the server. Okay, so you are, by the way, secure that if I am giving IP address to somebody else for time being, and they are able to see and check things, then what will happen tomorrow? Yeah, so don't worry, don't panic. This IP address will change on every stop and start. Okay, that's why I am giving it to you. I'm smart that way. Okay, I don't want people to leverage those who are watching the video, even people who will watch this video later point of time, use my server for their practice. Okay, it's gonna incur cost to me. Great, so that's the security part. Now let's come and shoot. Okay, let's see, double click. Are you all able to open the server? No. You see the reason? It's pretty simple. Connection refused. The reason is because, as I told you, after your computer starts, it will take little bit of time for SAP services to get started in the computer. Okay, so what do we do till that time? We don't do any time pass. We'll do another thing. So I can also now use SAP front-end external IP address. Copy this IP address. I am not going to give you this one, by the way, and go to command prompt, and I will go to, sorry, not command prompt, I'll go to MSTSC, remote desktop connection from my Windows server. MSTSC, put my IP address and click on connect. Okay, so this way now I'm connecting to my computer which Amazon has given me. Okay guys, I'm now connecting to computer which Amazon has given me. So my administrator user and my password which I have given to at the time of setting my Amazon account. Okay, my master password, so that I'm giving. And oops, I think I forgot that. Let me try, and it will open up the remote connection. Of course you will not be able to, because you don't remember my password. Do I remember my password myself? I don't know. Let me see. Okay, have I done a mistake in administrator spelling? Probably yes. Yes, you're right. So I'm bad in typos, and hopefully now I should be able to connect to my remote desktop connection. Let me just try. Give me a second. Yes, finally I remember my password and I will be able to connect to the remote connection. So if you don't have SAP GUI installed in local computer or anything installed in your local computer, you can also work with this remote server completely. It runs in the cloud, absolutely free for you. You will get pre-installed SAP GUI in this. So you can also, if you don't want to work with local, you can go to SAP logon installed in this. So all that is configured already in this server for you. Okay, that's all done in the cal automatically for you. See, the server will be also added to it by default. Everything is ready to use now for you. Okay, now here also we are getting same error because the reason is simple. Your SAP ABAP services are not yet active. It will take little bit of time, about sometimes 15 to 20 minutes also, to activate your ABAP services so that you can connect. Okay, so till the time it takes some time, because now after setting up for the first time you need to also set up licenses, guys. Okay, you also need to set up licenses in your SAP system and also HANA system, so that you can work with these servers very well. As a development colleague, as a development person, you should be able to use them. So licenses needs to be installed, and I'll also show you that work. That's not our job, but since we are the owner here, we also have to do basis work in this. Okay, now that this is a pretty nice business idea. If you see a lot of your friends and colleagues are in need of ABAP on HANA server, you can also start your server business. You can set up a cal server and keep it activated 24 by 7 and charge them per month for the server access. You can create the user IDs in the SAP server. You just need to have basis knowledge, SU01 transaction, giving authorizations and stuff like that, and share the IP address with them and a unique user with which they can connect to this server, and keep your system, keep your Amazon server on 24 by 7. They can make use of your ABAP on HANA server, and you can charge them on monthly subscription like 5,000, 10,000, whatsoever, in, or maybe in USD accordingly. And if you have good amount of users, you can earn money with this business idea. Okay, so that's also another option for you guys to get started your own business of servers, and that's all legal, by the way, because you are installing authenticated SAP license. So how you will now get the license which needs to be set up in the system? So let's do that. So getting the license, you can also follow the user guide given along with the server. So you see here they have given a guide. Okay, this getting started guide here, sorry, here it is given. Click on this getting started guide, and here they will guide you how to connect to local system, how to set up the license key into your ABAP on HANA instance after first installation. So remember guys, it's still not ready to be used. You need to set up the license into the SAP HANA system, SAP ABAP system and HANA system, both. HANA license also, database license also, and ABAP license also, you need it. Okay, and you see also they've given the different ready-made users in the system which you can use for your development practice. So SAP star is the admin user in SAP system. DDIC is also the admin user for data dictionary objects in the system. Super DDIC developer ready-made users will be created for you to practice. For BW scenario, you can use BW developer user, and these are all the default clients available for login to the ABAP system. Then also for HANA DB, you can log in. There are different users given: system, SAP, HDB, and DBA cockpit user. As a HANA administrator, users are given to you in the server for you to log in. So you will never ever feel scarcity of authorizations. You can give authorizations to your users. You can create new users, give them authorizations based on the need, because you are the administrator of this server. Okay, of all the servers, SAP HANA box also and ABAP box also. So let's go and learn how to set up licenses. So to set up licenses, you need to log into the system with the SAP star user for the first time in your ABAP system. Okay, and then set up the license. And how do you get the license from? So there the steps are given for getting the license. Let me show you those steps. So you have to go to mini SAP. You basically have to install a mini SAP license in the server, and these are all the steps to install SAP Netweaver license and SAP HANA license. Okay, so first let's see how to install SAP ABAP server license. And now hopefully we should be good to connect to the server. It is, by the way, 20 minutes or 10 minutes. No, it's still not active. That's okay, fine. So first let's download the license for SAP HANA as well as SAP ABAP. So for that we have to go to http://sap.com/mini-sap. Let me put this in the PPT. So now once the setup is done, we will use the external, what was the IP address? So let me just go back and pick it up here. So you have to use Linux external IP address from SAP GUI to connect. So let me just come here and put the steps. So you have to use external Linux external IP address to connect from local system, okay, to ABAP system. Okay, so this will be my IP address. I'm using this. So add a new connection to SAP GUI with IP address port 00, okay, SIDS S A for H, ABAP for HANA. Okay, that's the SIP. And description, anything whatever you like. Click on OK. Now wait for about 10 to 20 minutes, or about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so maximum it takes 10 minutes, guys, not more than that. And sometimes it depends on load, it also takes 15 to 20 minutes. In my case, I've seen it. Okay, so your ABAP services gets activated. Okay, so this is what usually you will do after activating the server. Now for the first time usage, you need to make your license installed. So for first time usage, we need to install license in SAP system, both for Netweaver and HANA database. Okay, that's very important, guys. So how do you do it? First of all, you need to download the license. Okay, for that there's one stop shop called there is one stop shop which is available to download the license, which is called www.sap.com/mini-sap. I click here and now it will take me to the mini SAP site, where I can now choose my instance and download a license. Okay, so I choose for my ABAP system, use A4H SAP Netweaver Linux SAP HANA. Come down, give your salutation, basically all the personal details you got to give it here basically. So I will put my name, last name, my email ID, okay, so that you can give it. I request you to please keep your line muted, guys. I see some noise, so please mute your line. Those who have not muted, make sure your line is muted. Thank you. And then I will give hardware key. So this is important. So this hardware key you will get basically from SAP system itself. I'll show you where do you get it from. Select I agree, yeah, and give your hardware key and just generate. Okay, that's your ABAP Netweaver license. Now let me see if I'm lucky to connect to the server. No, still not. There's some problem. Why my server is not connecting after so long? Maybe some problem. Let me check. Did I use the correct IP address? It's been a while, I think more than 10 minutes. We should be good to connect to ABAP system. It should have got connected, guys. No, maybe I will go to remote system and try. No, it's not allowing me here too. Okay, I will also try to probably connect it from my ABAP on Eclipse. Okay, so maybe I will go to my ABAP HANA Studio and try to connect it from my HANA Studio. So I will come to what is HANA Studio, what is Eclipse, all that I will come to, guys. So please hold on for some time. I will cover this topic also in our course. What is HANA Studio? What is ABAP or development tools in Eclipse? Why we need them? Okay, all that will be part of our course from very basic. Right now, just let me see if my connection test is working by different mediums. Yeah, so that I can show you connecting to the server for the first time, and also show you how to set up the license in the server. Okay, very important for me to demonstrate that. So this is the link. Let me put this in the PPT to first download the license. So go to this website to download mini SAP license for Netweaver. So the option which we chose for SAP ABAP system is this, and of course give the details what was required. Okay, so you got to give the details what is required. Okay, here you have to now give the hardware key, which you will get it from SAP system. I will show you how do you get it once we are able to log in. Okay, so now let me just quickly try connecting from here to my HANA database. Also I'm trying connecting from my DB. So let me just try connecting to my HANA DB. So my IP address, of course I will give here. So what's my IP address? It's this one, external IP. Give it 02 HDB. Let me see at least my HANA instance is running or not. Okay, so at least I should be able to connect to my HANA system. Not yet, so which means none of the services are still active in the cal for my ABAP and HANA instance. So maybe I will do one thing. I'll quickly do a suspend, guys. Okay, so I'm going to stop my server and restart because it's been a while and it's still my connectivity to ABAP and HANA database is not working. So in this case, sometimes it happens, but it happens very rarely. Believe me, it usually works pretty well, pretty straightforward. But sometimes it may happen that even after 20 minutes or 10 minutes, you are unable to connect. So what do? Just suspend your instance, which means it will now shut down the computer running on internet. Okay, it is shut down the computer on the internet. You don't need anything else in EC2 or anything else. Okay, you don't need at all anything in Amazon. The role of aws.amazon.com is over, guys. Nothing is required there. Okay, just need cal. Your single point of contact is only and only cal from now. aws.com is required only for billing purpose whenever you are paying to the error. So Sridhar is also trying in parallel to set up something in the cal and it's not working for him. So let's see the Sridhar's issue in a minute, but before that let it suspend. So after suspending, it won't incur any cost to you guys. So this 0.84 per hour cost is actually when your system is active state. Okay, so if you do suspend, then it won't incur any cost to you. Okay, is that okay for everyone? Understood what will incur a cost and what it won't? So make sure that you suspend the instance when you're not using it. Now there is also an interesting option called terminate. Now terminate means completely destroy my computer. I don't want to use it anytime, anything at all. I want to basically come out of it. Okay, I want to destroy the instance. My training is over. I don't want it. No further cost to me. Everything gets destroyed. Your computer gets destroyed. Your installation gets destroyed. Suspend means currently shut down. Later on I can come and activate it again. Okay, so make sure you use suspend option, not terminate option. Suspend option means terminate, shut down my computer. I can come back and restart or open my computer once again. Okay, very important point.
Yeah, Anubhav,
Yes,
quick question.
yes please.
What is this $11.50 per month when suspended? What is that option?
Okay,
The
this
second
one.
option.
Okay, what happens,
Yeah.
let's say you just set it up the server. Now you are not even using it. But what actually happening? You have not even started the server. But Amazon has allocated some hardware, right? I was showing you that they have allocated some hardware, and that hardware has this 2 cores, 8 core, 61 GB memory hard disk. That's a hardware cost for Amazon, right? Now maybe you are not using it now anymore. But this
Okay.
hardware Amazon has allocated for your purpose. One day you may come and use it, right? So for this they will say you can set up an account, but you may not even use it at all, but still I have given you some hardware. So this is what I will charge you if you are not at all using it. So if you are not at all planning to use for future, guys, go with the option called terminate. So there is an option called terminate, which means completely destroy everything. Then there is no cost to you. Okay, if you're not
Okay.
using in future, there's no cost, terminate it. But if you are suspending it and now not using it for a month or so, at least this much you have to pay because they have allocated a hardware for you.
What about like if you
If you are
use it
using
and then
if
it
you
does
are
not go
starting
beyond the
stopping at
eleven
least
fifty
once
dollars?
in a month, then this much will be the cost. Okay,
You just use it for an hour or two, it
yes,
doesn't matter.
an hour or so, this will be the cost, and this anyways is going to be the cost per month actually. As an add-on, they will charge you.
Oh, okay. This will be an add-on for everything.
Yes, it's an add-on. So now it's suspended. Let you see IP address is gone. Let me reactivate and then we will switch to Sridhar quickly. I'll just say activate for 1 hour and let's switch to Sridhar. He's facing some issue and you guys may also face such an issue. So let's have a look at Sridhar's computer. I'll give you the presenter, right, Sridhar? Please share your screen with us. So I think you're muted. Can you talk, Sridhar?
Yes.
Okay, great. I think you can share your screen from your browser. If you don't mind, please share your screen. What issue are you getting? Okay, so let's see what Sridhar is facing an issue with connectivity or with setting up the server. And then we'll see if we can overcome that in this session. Yes, Sridhar, over to you. Please share your screen. You will see a share screen
Yes.
button with which we will be able to see your computer. Make sure that you are on a recorded line. So whatever you share will be recorded in the video and this will be
Mhm.
visible to all the students taking the course later point of time. So make sure you don't have any sensitive thing regarding your company displayed over here. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, access key.
So I generated this access key and a secret key, so which I
Uh-huh.
saved here, like you did,
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
and I logged into this. I registered in this Cal,
Okay.
and I'm trying to test the connection using those two keys which I generated in AWS,
Fine.
and that is when it is giving this error.
Scroll up. Let's see. Invalid account credential, no permissions. You see, guys, you have an invalid account credential actually. So go to your AWS and show me if you have given to your user the permission. Go to user. You had created a group. Very good. Okay. Now go to user group. Go to group. Please go to group. Show me the group if this group has administrator privilege. Go to permissions. Come down. You have not given administrator privilege to this group. You just created the group and attached it to the user. So click on attach policy.
Okay.
We will give administrator right to this group. Yeah, first select the first option, administrator access. Very good. Attach the policy. So now this group gets the administrator right. So that secure key when you are connecting from Cal will now have authorizations to work with your Amazon account. And the group is it's added actually. Okay. Have you saved it? I think it's already saved. Now you try once again
Yeah.
the test connection.
Perfect. Oh.
Okay, still a problem, no problem. Do one thing, refresh your go back to IAM Amazon, delete the user and re-add it to the group because now your group has got a policy. Your user needs to adapt it to it. Yeah, so delete the user and add the user once again into the group. Actually, you got to create a new user and that user now will have a new access key and permission key basically. So please repeat this
So
activity after today's class. Okay, very important because your access key and secure key will be visible to all of us and I don't want
can
people.
I keep can I keep the same
Anything you
username?
can put a
Okay.
Spider-Man, Superman, whatever you like, doesn't matter. Say programmatic access. Yes, put a custom password. Don't tell us your password. Say next. Permissions. Come down. Add it to the admin group. Perfect. It has admin access. Wait, hold on. You didn't select the checkbox. Hold on. Yes, please select the checkbox. Yes, very good. Now press next. So these are all some tiny things which we may miss out. Now say create user. It will now give you again a new access key and secure key with which you can now go and connect to your Cal. So take this, go to Cal, please put this. You're showing us everything what you have it. Okay, better later point of time you won't change the user. I don't know if you would do that, but that's okay. Nobody will misuse it. I think nobody will do that. Now go to Cal, put your secret key already copied. You can paste that first and then copy the next thing. Okay, anyways, whatever your choice. And let's see. No, you did not paste your secret key, I guess, properly.
No, I think I pasted.
Okay, do one thing, refresh your Cal. Do one thing, refresh your Cal first. Yes, this one. And then try adding one more time. In the meantime, let me see what's the status of my IP address. Guys, I've got a new external IP address. I'm putting in the chat box. Please add all of this to your SAP GUI, guys. I'm just pinging it to all of you. Please add this as the IP address. Don't change the port number in SAP GUI. In your SAP GUI, please put this IP address. All of you, those who have done that exercise, please put this as the new IP address of ABAP server. Don't change port number and system ID. Keep that same. Just please put this. Test connection, please. Sridhar. Oh, and now wait, hold on. See the message. It's little different. It says now your IAM user doesn't have Amazon EC2 full access, Amazon VPC full access, and read-only access and AWS account usage report access. These four accesses are missing. That's why it's giving you the error. Can you see there in the message? Your IAM user doesn't have these accesses. So I think I forgot to tell you that you have to add these accesses also. Please go back. Yes, and go to the group. In the group you have to add them actually. Go inside the group, click on the group. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Click on attach policy. Go back to the error message what it is giving you in the Cal, and now you see Amazon EC2 full access. Can you see your IAM user colon line number, after line number 4, line number 5, you see accesses. Go back to Cal. You see in line number 5 in the message, yes, Amazon EC2 full access. Copy this part. Yes, thank you. Copy this. Very good, Sridhar. If you face this issue, I think this will come to everyone, and this is how they can solve it quite easily. Yes, please add this to attach policy. Similarly, copy each one of them one by one and add them into the group. Okay, and this is what Amazon will charge you $29 for. They will give you developer support for sticking to these things or teaching you these things, which anyways I'm covering it. I'm saving you $29 by choosing a basic support in Amazon. Read only access, very good. And last one is also there, usage access report. So those 4 accesses you have to add it to the group. Press enter. Read only access. Can you see the 5th one, Amazon EC2 read only? Yes, this one you choose. It's good, Sridhar, you're facing this issue. Okay, this will be helpful for everyone. And then add this also. Very nice. Perfect. We are good. Attach policy done. Very good. Go back, refresh your Cal and try one more time, please. I'm sure we should be able to. No, you have to refresh your Cal and then try this. If this doesn't work, maybe we have to re-add the user once again into the group. Probably. Okay. We'll see that. It should work. Whatever name you like, you can. Okay, so by the time, guys, I have given you the external IP address of mine, please add it to your SAP GUI. Hope you all have added. And let me see. Still, I'm unable to connect to my ABAP instance. Something wrong. Maybe let it take time. By the time Sridhar fix the issue. Test connection.
I think it is working this time.
Let's see. Until it works, don't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. It's still loading. Let's see. Hopefully, it should work this time for you.
Yeah.
It's trying to get the information from the data center from Amazon account, basically. Okay. So let it continue. So guys, yeah, as you saw, there was some more authorizations which were missing, which I could not taught you because I have not, set it up. And for me, even with admin authorization itself, it worked. You saw that when I did test connection, it was working for me, but for Sridhar, it has got some issue. So in case if you get such issues, then you probably have to do that. Okay, again, you're getting issues, Sridhar. I'm not sure why. What you do is go back to Amazon and re-add your user to the group once again. Okay, just go to users tab in the group, remove users from group, click on remove user from group, and re-add the user once again. Okay, yes, re-add your user once again into the group so that it gets all the updated authorizations. And now please go back to Cal and try test connection one more time. Let's see what happens. Okay, maybe refresh the Cal. Log out from Cal, please, and log in again.
Yeah. I think that may be
Okay,
the.
that's just a one-time pain, guys. Don't think it's a too much of pain. For me, you saw it was quite instant, but for Sridhar, it's taking a little bit of challenge thing. But that's a great learning for all of us. If there is no challenge in life, there is no learning. Okay, so let it be. You may find it little cumbersome, but when you are able to achieve it, you will feel proud on yourself. Okay, so let Sridhar do it. In the meantime, let me see the status of my login of system. So I'll go to my SAP GUI. Still, I am unable to connect with my server. There's something wrong. Still, it's not active. So let me just check with my remote connection if I am. Okay, let me just check it if I'm able to connect to my ABAP instance from the remote connection by any chance. Hopefully so. Let me also try my HANA instance connectivity. If my HANA instance is up and running, hopefully.
Mhm.
It's not working, Sridhar?
Yeah, it's something to do with the payment
No, it
because
has
I did
nothing
that.
to do with payment sheet.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like overall infrastructure in the CAL has an issue. That's why even I'm not able to connect from my local computer to my ABAP instance. There may be some issue with the CAL, guys. It may be a temporary
Exactly.
issue because even with my IP addresses, I am not able to connect to ABAP system for even after 15-20 minutes. So that could be a temporary issue. But let's give one more shot, Sridhar.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to your AWS account. Okay, we have added anyways all the authorizations and go to group. You are already in the group. Permissions are all in place. Very good. Just re-log into your AWS. Or you do one thing, close all the browser sessions. Don't close the go to meeting session, otherwise it'll be a problem for us. Just
Yeah.
log out please from Cal, both Cal and AWS. Because just a moment back I showed you guys it was working for me. Indeed, it prompted me for the next level of screen. So let's see, we should be able to get through it. Make sure that you had selected the developer edition, Sridhar. Now you close the browser windows, all the browser tabs, and open another incognito window basically using Chrome. Right click on the Chrome logo below. Yes, and try first log in to your AWS account and show me in the AWS account what's the policy your user has. Is that group updated with the latest policy? So sometimes it may be a cache issue, so we may have to be a little careful. Okay, let me see the status of my ABAP server by the time. Guys, I'm pausing the recording for a moment. The reason why Sridhar is not able to do this activity in getting continuously the same error is because he has not received an email from Amazon which says your account is ready. That email is very important because Sridhar has set it up AWS account when we started today's class. It takes about 4 to 5 hours for us to make use of AWS connecting to Cal. Um, Once you get that email that your account is ready, I will forward that email quickly. I had also showed this email to all of you that you will get this email from Amazon. Let me share my screen once again. So I'll just share my screen once again with all of you, and you can see this is the email which you will get, guys. Your AWS account is ready, get started now. That email is very important. So since Sridhar has not received this email, I'm sure Sridhar, can you please confirm if you got this email?
No, I did not.
Okay, so if you get this email, then only you can start making use of your AWS account with Cal. So we were unnecessarily trying out multiple things which was not required. Another interesting thing, I will show you my AWS account, and there I just have admin access. If you go to my groups, you will see in my groups I have an AWS admin group, and I just give an administrator access. I did not even attach any other policy, and it works beautifully well. But now the another issue which we are facing here is connecting to our system. So you see this is the IP address which comes here 52906316. I had added it into our SAP logon over here and trying to connect to our ABAP for HANA system. And when I double click, it's giving me an error. It's still not able to connect to my ABAP system. So there seems to be some problem with the Cal at this point of time. So I cannot show you the connectivity. But let's not stop here our session. We will continue and try to understand what do we do once this is active. So we need to set up the license in the system, and the guide for setting up the license is given into your Cal itself. So you will see here a guide, getting started guide. Once you choose this guide, you will be and you follow those steps, you can set up the license by downloading the mini SAP license from minisap.com. So here it will ask for a hardware key, which you will be able to see it in S license transaction when you connect using SAP star user. So let's see, we will progress, and towards the end of the class I will again try to log in if I can log in and show you that a step for setting up the license in the system. But before that, let's move on and understand how do we develop things which we would need to work with database and ABAP systems, which are all the different development tools we will use going forward. So anyone, if you want to use VA01 transactional in conventional ABAP system, in conventional ERP system, where do you type this VA01? What tool do you use to connect to your business applications? Anybody in ERP, what do you use? What do you use to connect to your ERP system to work with the transactions in ERP system? Absolutely, you use SAP GUI. So there is this SAP ABAP application server. To connect to this, you need to use your presentation layer, which is nothing but SAP GUI. So that's what will be your client. We call it as a client to send a request to the application server AS. So this is your server and this is your client. Now, similar to this, you can connect to our current CAL system, current SAP ABAP instance using SAP GUI, which I will show you also after the activation. Everything works fine. And then we also now enable or use another tools, because you are not just going to work with ABAP system, but you will also going to work with database. So SAP GUI is something which doesn't allow you to connect to database directly. It's not possible. So there has to be some client tools which you would need to connect to your HANA database for your native HANA development, basically to do code push down. So what are all those tools? So can anybody guess which tool do you use to connect to your SAP HANA server? Anybody? Any guess? Which tool do you use to connect to SAP HANA server? Perfect answer. You can use something called Eclipse tool, and Eclipse can allow you to connect to this HANA server. You can also use the same Eclipse to connect to your ABAP server as well. That's the beauty of Eclipse, guys. Okay. And when you do this, this is called ABAP development on Eclipse. Okay. ABAP development on Eclipse or ABAP on Eclipse. Okay, so you can also connect to your ABAP system via Eclipse or HANA system via Eclipse. Now there is also advanced version of Eclipse which was built by SAP, which is called SAP HANA Studio. What SAP have done, they have taken Eclipse, because Eclipse is an open source, anybody can make use of Eclipse and build their own tool on top of it. So SAP have taken Eclipse, and basically, to be very precise, they have taken version of Eclipse Mars. Okay, and then they have adapted this according to the needs of database development, which is primarily used by HANA consultants to connect to HANA database. So these are all the different tools what we use to work with our system. Now, which one out of these three tools you think is best, or you would preferably use? What is the reason? Okay, why you think Eclipse is best out of the all three, HANA Studio, SAP GUI and Eclipse? Why? You can see the arrows, because it provides you connectivity to ABAP and HANA both. Absolutely right reason. That's why we preferably choose Eclipse, okay, to connect to our HANA and ABAP system both. That's why Eclipse is being used for doing SAP ABAP on HANA development. Now, as you see, Studio is also a version of Eclipse. Okay, so it has all the features. So if you want Studio to also connect to ABAP system, that's possible by installing special plugins, which you of course also have to do it in your Eclipse. And this plugin is known as ADT. Okay, ADT stands for ABAP Development Tools for Eclipse. Okay, so now I will show you how to set up Eclipse in your system. So that will be used by from our next class for you to able to connect to HANA system as well as ABAP system, because I'm going to teach you HANA modeling as well. In that you need to connect to your HANA system. Okay, so let's go to the system and see how can we set up Eclipse for connecting to our ABAP system and HANA system. Very important step. Those who don't have HANA Studio, they will be using ABAP on Eclipse and also HANA on Eclipse. So let's go to tools.hana.ondemand.com. Okay, this is the website you guys have to go. Let me put this onto the PPT. So we will of course learn how to set up the license. Right now I'm unable to log into the server, so I can't show that. So tools.hana.ondemand.com, go to ABAP, and now you see it's saying ABAP development tools for Eclipse for Netweaver, SAP Netweaver. Okay, so this is called ADTC, A, D and T, ABAP development tools. Okay, come down, and now you see here get latest installation of Oxygen Eclipse. So you just click on this Oxygen, and it will now take you to the download page of Oxygen Eclipse. So please download Eclipse IDE for Java developers from here. And now you need to find out which operating system are you into. If you're on Windows, you need to find which OS you are onto, 32-bit or 64-bit. For that, go here, right click on your computer, click on Manage, say yes. Sorry, not Manage, right click, say Properties, guys. Right click on your computer, say Properties, and you see here, you will see the bit size of your OS, 64-bit operating system. So then, of course, you need to download the Eclipse for 64-bit operating system. Okay, just click on this link and it will take you to another page, and from here you can click and it will start the download of Eclipse in your computer. You see it's downloading Eclipse Oxygen in my computer. Okay, this is your another step after setting up Eclipse. Download after setting up SAP GUI, download Eclipse also. Once it gets downloaded, extract in your computer somewhere. So I had already extracted it in my computer. So let me go to that folder. It's in my D drive, SAP UI5 folder. Okay, so let me go to that folder, and then in that I had already downloaded it. Basically, sorry, in D drive, my web ID no, not this. I had downloaded somewhere. Let me check the location where I had downloaded. Basically, I downloaded and extracted the Eclipse files in my computer, guys. So let me just check the location where I have done that. Just give me a second. Let me see where I had extracted Eclipse in my computer. So in my computer, I had already extracted that somewhere. Let me just see the location of the same. Yes, I have done it in my D drive Eclipse folder. So after you download Eclipse, guys, what you do is you go to the folder where you extract the file, and you will see an eclipse.exe file. Double click on that eclipse.exe file. If you have in your company HANA Studio, somehow you can download HANA Studio with your S user, P user in your company. Please download HANA Studio also and set up it in your computer. Very important if you can somehow arrange HANA Studio, because some of the modeling scenarios where I want to demonstrate the features of analytics, I will be showing you guys in HANA Studio. So if you can somehow get HANA Studio, I unfortunately could not find a website where I can download HANA Studio except SDN. So if you guys have P user, S user, please use your user to download HANA Studio installation to your local computer and set up that as well. So now you see I had downloaded and installed Eclipse. So I'm logging into my Eclipse environment. When you log in, it asks you for a workspace for the first time. Just give any folder name in your computer. You can also give a folder name which doesn't exist, and it will automatically create that folder for you in your computer. So I give D drive AOH. System will automatically create a folder in my computer with the name AOH in my D drive. Okay. AOH is a short form of ABAP on HANA I've given. So once you see, it is now starting my Eclipse environment. Yeah, so this is very helpful and important for us for to get started with ABAP on HANA. You all need to download Eclipse, set this up. So by far we have done setup of our Cal account, Amazon account, setup of SAP GUI, and then ABAP on basically downloading Eclipse from tools.hana.ondemand.com and extracted the Eclipse file in our local computer. Okay. Now once this is done, what you need to also do is import the ABAP development tools in this Eclipse environment. So for that, go to go to help, go to install new software, and now here choose again, come back to your uh, tools.hana.ondemand.com. Just use this URL tools.hana.ondemand.com. You will also come down, you will see the link for ADT. So let me just show you. You can see this is the link for setting up ADT, guys. Because it's an Oxygen Eclipse, you would need this link. Copy this link, come to your Eclipse, put this link over here, press enter, and now it will pop you up the list of features which you can install, guys. Okay, so guys, I am telling you which features you would need. You would need SAP HANA Tools. Okay, so select SAP HANA Tools, and then also select ABAP Development Tools for NetWeaver. Okay, so let me just say expand, and you see choose this option ABAP Development Tools for SAP NetWeaver, and choose the option SAP HANA Tools. These two options, guys, please choose it and click on next, and then just accept the license agreement and install it. Now with the help of this, you will be able to connect your Eclipse system with SAP HANA database and also your SAP ABAP system at the same time. Okay, I say next, accept the license agreement, finish. Now it will start installation of ABAP development tools in Eclipse as well as SAP HANA development tools in Eclipse. With the help of that, I will be able to build information models in HANA, and I will be also able to build ABAP related artifacts in the system. Okay, I say install, Anyway, no problem. So now it is installing those content. You can see installing software in Eclipse. This is very important step, guys, for you to get started. So after installation is complete, it gives me a restart option for Eclipse. I say yes, please restart my Eclipse, and then now you will be able to connect your ABAP system also from your Eclipse environment. Very important step, guys, because SAP GUI is not capable of building new types of artifacts. For example, ABAP managed data procedure, HANA transport container, CDS views, all that you can only and only build using Eclipse ABAP development tools in Eclipse. That's why you must need Eclipse. It's absolutely free. You can download, go to install new software option, choose the link which I have given you in the PPT, and install SAP HANA tools and SAP ABAP development tools for Eclipse. Okay, and once that is done, it will restart your Eclipse. And now I'll show you magic. So let it restart, and I will show you new options which are available in Eclipse environment. So once it starts, you will see a view like this. And now if you click on this button on the top right corner, you will see new perspectives. So you will see ABAP perspective here, guys. Now what is perspective? What is perspective actually? So can you develop a function module in SE38 transaction? Anyone? Can you develop function module in SE38? Can you develop a class in SE37? Of course not. Why? Because each transaction is built for a different purpose. Similarly, in Eclipse development environment, we have same concept called perspective. A perspective allows you to open a certain set of tabs and options for a particular configuration. Okay, so if you want to do any ABAP development, you should go to ABAP perspective. If you want to do any debugging, then you should go to debug perspective. If you want to set your program into some repository, you should go to Git perspective. Okay, if you want to develop something on SAP HANA, you should go to SAP HANA modeler perspective. So each perspective is equivalent for you in ABAP as a transaction code to do certain activity. So if you want to work with ABAP programs, ABAP classes, ABAP reports, anything related to ABAP development, CDS views and stuff, you go with ABAP perspective, click on open. Okay, so this is your ABAP perspective. Now here you have to first add your system. So this system is already added. Let me remove this first of all. And now in your cal, you all know that it's already the cal server is running. So I will show you connecting our system to the cal server. Let me just remove this already added system from here. Yeah, done. Now I'll click on a plus button. You see here new button, and I'll choose here something called ABAP project. Okay, and choose an ABAP project. Now what is an ABAP project? An ABAP project for you is an entry point to your ABAP system. So any ABAP development you would like to do with Eclipse, you have to go with ABAP project option. Okay, so choose ABAP project, click on next. And now it shows me from my SAP GUI installation. Remember guys, prerequisite is also that you have to have SAP GUI installation, because wherever there is no support for output from Eclipse, it will open a SAP GUI window. So you see now it's showing me the system which I added into my SAP GUI that's available here also to access from Eclipse automatically. Okay, now let me try by any chance if my cal is working. Still it's not working. There is some problem in cal today. I am unable to connect to my ABAP system today with the help of cal. So let me just double click here in the cal, and you see guys, there is some problem with ABAP system. It's unable to connect. There is something wrong. Okay, it's not even starting my ABAP instance today in the cal. So there may be something wrong. Hopefully we will be able to see this connectivity in our next class. So then I will be able to show you some more. So before that, you guys all should install set up your Amazon account, set up your cal account, and create an instance of developer edition also, and follow the guide if you can. Set up the license into your SAP ABAP server. Very important step, setting up the license. And after that onwards, you would get this IP address. Of course, when you start the instance, use this IP address, go to your SAP GUI right click, go to properties and add this instance with the instance number 00A4H as the ID. Click on OK, and then when you double click, you will be able to connect to your ABAP system. There is something wrong today, it's not working. Fortunately, we'll be able to see this in the next class. And once you select here also, you say next, and it will basically picks up all the IP address and number and details. Say next again, it will ask you username and password, and then of course you have to give your master password of cal account and click on finish. It should be able to add your ABAP server in Eclipse. Okay, so once you are able to do it, you are successfully set it up your ABAP system. Similarly, now you can also add your SAP HANA instance. So click on plus button, go to HANA modeler perspective. That's your transaction for adding database system. Click on open, and now you can go ahead and add a HANA system. So click on add system, use same IP address, and HANA instance number is going to be 02 guys. Put the description over here, let's say HDB. Click on next, and we'll use a user called system and your master password, of course, for HANA database, which is nothing but same password as the cal master password. Click on finish. It will add HANA database, and fortunately we are lucky, you see guys, SAP HANA DB is available in the cal, and it has successfully added SAP HANA database to my Eclipse. And I will be able to show you at least something now, firing a query on the database directly and execute it. So let me just fire a query. Select star from, there's a database table in SAP HANA which I'm calling, and just firing a query. This is direct database related stuff which I'm doing, guys. Okay, direct database related stuff. So I'm firing a query on database. Okay, oops, you see just at front of you it was added the system, and now the system is gone. I don't know, something wrong in the cal today, guys. Unfortunately, I am unable to show you the stuff which I wanted to in the system. There's something wrong with our cal infrastructure. Yes, please. Sorry.
You click on the top here and connect to the database. Yeah, that one, yes.
No, it's unable to connect.
Okay.
Just now the connection is lost. Now maybe the 1 hour is off. No, I don't think so. 1 hour is off. Ever since we started the instance, it's fine. It's there. Not a problem. But I'm not sure. There's something wrong in the cal today. Unfortunately, guys, bear with me. I did not expected this. It is not working today. There's something wrong. So just use your IP address and add the HANA instance. You just saw it in a minute back. It was able to add the HANA instance into our Eclipse environment, and it was also opening up some folders, which I will explain you in our next unit. What is catalog, what is schema, all these artifacts I will explain you. Okay, let me just try once again. No, now you see it's not working. Connection is to my HANA DB is not working. So what you need to do, guys, very important step, please activate your cal, run your instance, start your instance, and then connect to using, and also install Eclipse beforehand, guys. Otherwise you will waste your time, because every minute, every hour counts for you in SAP cal. Every hour will cost you this much. So set up your SAP GUI first, set up your Eclipse first. Inside Eclipse, set up your ABAP development tools and HANA tools first, and then activate your instance. Use this IP address in SAP GUI. Use 00 at the port number, A4H as the system ID in SAP. In Eclipse for HANA perspective, HANA instance, use 02 as the instance number, same IP address, HDB as description you can put, and put username as system. System is the master user for HANA database, and put your cal master password. It will connect to your SAP HANA database. And you see, yes, fortunately with a system user, I am able to connect to our SAP HANA database. And I can show you quickly what's there in this HANA box. So by the way, there's some problem happening to HANA DB. You see, license expired problem it's giving me. So I will fortunately be able to show you how to set up the license also in the next session. How to set up your ABAP license and your HANA license in the system. I will be able to show you this in the next class. So maybe for HANA license I will, okay, it's disconnected again. You see, System is locked, license is invalid and expired. There is something wrong happening in the system today. Okay, so if I go to license here, you can see uh, license is expired, and I think that's why it's causing some issue. Okay, so license key expired. So you see install license key expired. So let's renew the license of HDB. Okay, so you see hardware key here. I copy this hardware key. Let's at least I'll show you now how to set up your SAP HANA license. So go to your Eclipse, add the HANA system with system user, guys. Remember, very important, system user. Right click on the user, go to properties, go to license. Okay, in the license section now you will see the hardware key. So it's, I think, getting the hardware key. Just give me a minute. So I think it, yeah, you can see hardware key. Copy the hardware key, go to mini SAP license website, choose SAP HDB license. You see SAP HANA platform 64 GB. Click on this. Okay, come down, put your username, password, email ID, and put hardware key here. Okay, and then click on generate. It will generate an HDB HANA database license. You see it got downloaded to my computer. Very good. Go to Eclipse once again to HANA DB instance, delete the existing license key, install the license key, and choose the license key which got downloaded just now in my computer. HDB file, I showed it, and you see license key is installed successfully. Very good. Click on OK, apply and close. We are done. That's how you will update your HANA DB license key using Eclipse to your HANA database. Very important point, guys. Without this, you will not be able to do any development in the system. Same way, there is S license transaction through which we will set up initially our license key to ABAP server. Okay, and then only we will truly start the development. Unfortunately, I was unable to connect to our CAL server today. Because of that, I was not able to demonstrate that. Anyways, I have a YouTube video for the same. My video which is there, I had already shared with all of you. Please use that video for setting it up. Probably today it will not work. There's some problem with the cal. In the next class, we will also see how to set up our license in ABAP system and have a deep dive inside ABAP development tools. Why Eclipse? What's the reason? We already saw it, but there's some more shortcuts, how to set up an ABAP project from the beginning. All that learning will be there with us in our next class. So HANA DB license, I had showed you how to set up. ABAP license, I will show in the next session. Even you can use the user guide for setting up your license yourself. Let me give a last try if I'm somehow able to connect. No, there's some problem with our cal infrastructure. It's unable to connect today with the system. Any questions before we close today's class? Very unfortunate that I could not show you the things. Yes, please.
Actually, that S/4HANA system is already set up in our company infrastructure. So, any other steps we need to do when we connecting to with the Eclipse, other than host and?
No, you don't need to do anything in your company. If already S/4HANA is there, set up Eclipse first of all, and also download ABAP development tools in Eclipse. Yeah, once you have
Yes, that
downloaded,
already done.
yeah, that's already, then you can go ahead and connect it. Okay,
Okay, directly we can connect, right?
directly we
Okay.
can connect it. I'll show you what you need to do. Let me just quickly, okay, Eclipse is not responding now. Just give me a second. Let me connect to my D drive Eclipse folder where I had downloaded Eclipse, and then you have to basically get started with a new ABAP project. As I showed you sometime in a minute back, you have to create first of all an ABAP project, and after creating an ABAP project, you click on next, give your S4 HANA system which is added to your SAP GUI, okay, and say next. That's it. You
Yes.
will be able to connect your Eclipse ABAP development tools with the S4 system, and then you can also get started with developing your CDS views in ADT, which we will be learning in our course coming days. Okay, and there's a lot more to come. Okay, let me try connecting to HDB, and hopefully if the license is all in place, it will not log out. Yeah, I guess it would have got updated license now. Go to properties, license, and should see the license key which I had updated already to the system. It got applied, I think. Let me just try writing something. So I expand catalog. Earlier, it was not loading up the catalog because my license was not installed. And let's see now what happens. Voila, you see it's loading all the schemas available in my HDB system. So hopefully I should also be able to fire a query to my database now with the SQL console. Yeah, so let me see, select star from SAP A4H. I'll show you the concept of what is schema in SAP HANA, what is table, what is APM data model. So there's a lot more learning to come, guys. This is just initial setup, some initial hardening. Later point of time, everything will be so smooth. So I don't have authorizations, of course, with this system user to connect and query any data, because this is the administrator user used to give authorization to other users. Okay, so let me try logging with another user. So this is basic connectivity right now you should focus on. Don't focus on what am I writing here, because in next class anyways we're going to learn SAP HANA database basics and move to SAP HANA modeling concepts. Okay, so right now don't focus on what code what I'm writing. We will anyways look into it in detail. Let me see if I'm also able to. Oh wow, then I guess I should be also able to connect to my ABAP server. No, it's not working. At least I am able to connect to my HANA instance, guys, running in the CAL server, and I should be able to fire a query and show you some output coming from database which is connected to my ABAP system. So let me just say start from snwd_pd table. There's a database table, guys, available in SAP system, and voila, you see responses coming. So by far what I was able to show you in today's class is connecting our Eclipse to SAP HANA instance and fire a query on HANA instance and get some data in Eclipse. But yet this connectivity is a challenge for us. This is not working right now, neither with SAP GUI nor with Eclipse. There is some problem right now in the system. Because of that, it is not working. Okay, guys, so this is what we will see in the next class. We'll also always going to use our Eclipse environment for connecting to our ABAP system using ABAP perspective. We'll go to ABAP perspective, and here we will just create a new ABAP project. So I'll choose ABAP and say ABAP project next, and then of course choose SAP system, which is added in SAP GUI already. Next, give my username. Remember, by default SAP will have a developer user created in your CAL system, CAL ABAP system, which you can use with your master password of CAL. So let me give that and see if I'm also able to connect to my ABAP system from not reachable right now. There's some problem. Okay, so right now this is an issue, guys. Today we faced unable to connect to our CAL system, CAL ABAP system. But I hope once you all set up correctly with your with the specified steps, you will be able to connect from SAP GUI to your ABAP system. So let's try that out over the week. Please come back to me for issues. In the next session, we will connect to our ABAP system. We will also see how to set up the initial license and then move into details of ABAP development tools on Eclipse. Okay, and then slowly we will start moving towards ABAP on HANA, transparent optimizations, and what are all the different performance tracing tools? How do you find where to optimize your performance? What are all the transparent optimizations? What is the improvement in ABAP language? New inline data declaration, different syntaxes have been introduced. Then a reusable ALV concept, which is called IDA, fuzzy search, text search in SAP HANA, extension concept, extensions to OpenSQL, information modeling, proxy objects, CDS views, ABAP database connectivity, ABAP managed data procedures, and finally creating Fiori app on top of CDS view exposed OData service. So that will be our ultimate goal towards the end of the course. Yeah, now another interesting news, in my last batch I had a very one of my favorite students. She has prepared also interview questions on ABAP on HANA, which are freely available on the website. I had published them, so please go through these, download these free interview questions if you have any upcoming interviews planned on ABAP on HANA. So anyways, your learning will come with the training, but if you have want have some urgent interview requirement, please go through these interview questions. You can download it directly from ABAP on HANA section or from my website onlinetheorytrainings.com. You see, she has done a lot of hard work, and it's all she has done exporting from my training basically. Okay, so that's what she has done. Let me show you in a minute. So let's go here and you see ABAP on HANA interview questions, and she has put everything under single hood. So very helpful if you have any upcoming interview plan. So that's her contact. She's in Australia and she's also looking for an opportunity. So if you guys have some opportunity in Australia coming across to you, please let her know. Her email ID is also pasted here. So she has prepared herself. All these questions will be helpful for all of you. And anyways, we're going to learn all these things in our course. She has actually put these screenshots from our PPT itself. Okay, so go ahead and download these interview questions from our website free of cost. Okay, plan for your interview. So a lot of learning coming ahead, guys. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, there's a lot of issues today. Could not show you Cal setup, but fortunately, you can also, if you face issues while you doing it, you can also go and check out my YouTube video for the same. So let me show you that also. In case if you are able to successfully connect to your ABAP system and now you're facing issue with license, just go to my ABAP on HANA video. So search for ABAP on HANA on YouTube. You will see my video on the top. Go to my channel Anubhav Oberoi and go to playlist over here. Go to ABAP on HANA S4 HANA videos. Just pause it. In the playlist right side, you see ABAP on HANA set up your server. Follow this video, please. In this also, I have explained how to set up the how to also install the licenses, because in this everything was smooth. There was no issue with the Cal. You see, I'm starting the Cal server. It gets started, and then I was able to connect to my SAP system. I also showed how to set up ADT tools, and then finally I was able to connect towards the end to my ABAP system from Eclipse. You see here the connectivity was working fine on the day when I was showing it. Today, unfortunately, something went wrong. It's not working, the connectivity issue with Cal. I will investigate it further, and hopefully by next session I will make it work. But of course, I'm sure that I don't have to do any action on this. This is something from Cal side which is not working. Okay, very important. You see, we were unable to connect. I also showed guys in my in this demo video how to set up the license. So if you are able to work with it, please go ahead and set up the license and get the system ready for the next class. In the next class, we are actually starting with the action ABAP on HANA. So till here, we just set up the right infrastructure. Any questions before we close today's class? Anybody? Sridhar, please wait for the email to come from Amazon, and then you try the steps. I'm sure you will be able to set up your own ABAP on HANA server. Fine. Great. See you guys
Sure.
in the next session next weekend.
Thank you, Anubhav.
Goodbye. Have a nice day and great week ahead.
Anubhav,
Yeah,
this is
please.
Ram here. Ram.
Yeah, Ram, tell me.
Can I present my screen? Can you give the roles?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Regarding
Regarding this AWS, I just logged in. I got the AWS console ready, but I am unable to create a group.
okay, let's see. Let's see. Make sure you are on a recorded line, so whatever you're demonstrating will also be get recorded into the training video and will be visible to all the students later point of time.
Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, please search here IAM.
IAM.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
click on this. Slowly, you got to go a little slow. I have time, don't worry. I'm not going to leave you until you set up things. So let's see, hopefully we should be able to do it. Group, click on group on the left side. Your right side screen is not loading actually for me. I'm not sure if it's not loading for you too.
Yeah, it is not loading for me also.
Just refresh. You are running it in incognito mode, right? Please run it once in incognito mode, so it will not accept any cookies or anything. Yeah, please open an incognito mode. Very good. Yes, very good. Let's see. Please log in to AWS console. Have you received the email from Amazon that your account is ready?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Then we are
Yeah.
good.
Yes, it is ready. Yes.
Guys, those who want to leave the meeting, you can. We don't have anything else discussed as part of training today. It's just that Ram would like to also show the setup. So if you want to follow Ram, also you can do so. So get your system ready today itself, guys. And I'm sure you will be able to connect to the system for the first time itself. Incorrect. Gmail.com. You did a missing. Yeah. Let's see what happens. I'm pausing the recording. I'm not recording it. Okay.
I want
Now search
IAM.
for IAM. Yeah. Very good. And you should see something called groups on the left hand side.
My bad, nothing is
No,
loading.
just click on groups. There's some problem in your AWS account. I don't see the right side screen is not loading actually for you. Can you please try some other browser, Mozilla browser?